predominantly blackgrass and resistant grass weeds being the main issues for many farmers. At Claydon, we have a drill which creates the optimal growing environment for the crop that we're trying to establish. So in the field here, it's a winter wheat, which is following beans the previous year. We used the bean crop to clean the stubbles up with a stubble management program before the wheat went in, using the straw harrow and the TerraStar. So again, as I say, this field is quite nice and clean, but there are a few of those resistant plants which the chemicals just haven't managed to take out. This field has had both pre-em and post-em chemical treatments, but unfortunately, as we all know, some of the chemicals are starting to run out of steam. So we have an alternative solution with the TerraBlade hoe, which actually removes the black grass physically by severing the head from the root and killing the plant off completely. So this field is quite nice and clean, but there are a few of those resistant plants which the chemicals just haven't managed to take out. This is one of them here, and this area here we've actually been over and hoed already. You can see on here, if I just look through, we've got some plants which have been removed nicely by the inter-row hoe. The hoe will come up the field in a minute and you'll be able to see it come past, and hopefully we'll see this one being removed. So this is what we want to show you today. Again, the system is fantastic for normal farmers using normal practices, organic farmers, anyone who wants to get resistant weeds that the chemicals just aren't taking out. And our band sowing technique just lends itself to this method perfectly. So the Clayton drill is designed to stimulate the seeding and the rooting zones, giving the optimal cultivation for the seed itself and for when the roots start to grow. This gives a very good, strong and healthy competitive crop which competes against the weeds and black grass or any other grass seeds within the field. Okay, so as you can see, we took the plant out that we were aiming for before, which is great, and that plant won't be causing any troubles going forwards. It is now dead and gone. The beauty about the TerraBlade is that with the Claydon system, we're only cultivating where the seed and the root are going, so we are able to travel over the top of the field, and you can see in the background all this field has already been hoed, and you can barely see where the hoe has been running on there. This crop will bounce back and be absolutely fine in no time whatsoever. So you can see this plant has been clearly sheared off by the hoe blades. So it's a nice clean kill, severed the plant from its roots and removed it from the ground. If you actually look at how many tillers there are on this plant, and bear in mind that each of these could put down around 400 or 500 seeds per head on there, per tiller. Actually, the seed bank that could have been put back into the ground from this one plant alone really does explain why this weed is so prolific. We have managed to take this out along with many others by doing this simple and cheap, fast operation. You've got to bear in mind as well that we're doing probably nearly as much as we drill in a day with a 6-meter implement. You use the same size hoe as what you would drill. So if you've got a 6-meter drill, you'd use a 6-meter hoe. So we're doing about 40 hectares in a day with this implement, which is, you know, a decent amount of ground to be getting over. Product isn't just for organic farmers. There are a lot of chemicals which are running out of steam or being banned, and there don't seem to be the new chemicals coming to the market. So farmers really need to start thinking about how they control their weeds mechanically going forwards, and we have some solutions here at Claydon for that. With the extreme wet weather that we had last year and the extremely dry spring that we've had this year, the top of the soil did bake out very severely. We had major cracks and everything else, and it was actually probably a little bit too dry to go hoeing. We've had the rain and the top has been softened and everything is looking really, really good, and the conditions are perfect for hoeing. You'll see behind the hoe where we've run You've got this lovely fine tilth of soil. This is creating an insulative area across the top of the surface. It's allowing the moisture to get into the soil and insulating it from evaporating, so it's getting to the plants and to the roots rather than a capped surface which would bake out and dry really like concrete. So there's so many benefits from this, including the nutrient release that you'll be having from moving this soil slightly, which is feeding the plant and the crop in the soil there, feeding the earthworms and allowing the soil to feed the plant to really fill these rows in and end up with a big, thick, lovely crop.
Hi, I'm Ollie Claydon. I'm the Operations Director here at Claydon. You've seen the crops this morning, so now let's have a look through the machine that established them. Starting from the front of the machine and working our way back. At the drawbar, we have multiple drawbar options to fit multiple different tractors. They're available on different machines and different setups. On this machine, we've got a third hopper. We can use this for small seeds such as grass seeds, companion crops or slug pellets. We just take the spacers out and put them back in again, depending on the depth we want. And that gives an even space depth all the way across the machine. On this machine on the front, we've got a cutting disc with a shoulder. That just allows the machine to balance out to the ground and control the depth at the same time as cutting through any trash. This can be replaced with a press wheel as well, just to roll anything down. So if you've got a loose seed bed or you need to push over a large cover crop, then you can roll that down with a set of wheels on the front there. This machine here is our standard setup. We've got a tine on the front, followed directly by an A-share. What makes this machine really versatile is we can change that front tine out for a cutting disc, and we can change the A-share out for a low disturbance 2 tine kit. It's completely up to the customer what they want. It's a really versatile machine. We use the standard setup, but there's plenty of people that want to use other things on here, and that's why this machine really is head and shoulders above many others on the market. As we move back, we've got a marker arms fitted on this machine. They're completely optional and can be removed. And just to finish the seed bed off, again, this machine, we've got paddle boards on the back, followed by harrows. Should you want to, you could have 2 sets of harrows. We can have wheels. There's loads and loads of different options on here. It's completely up to you guys what you want to put on it. The A-share on the back here is one of the quickest changing on the market. They're literally knock on, knock off, no special tools required, and they can change the whole set of shares on this machine in well under an hour. On the front here, we can just take the pin out of here, drop the tine out, put a fresh one in, or any other kit that we want to put in. It's really quick to change everything. At the back here, we can see this machine's fitted with the blockage sensors, which are the black boxes on the downpipes, as well as a light and vision kit, which gives an all-round lighting kit, as well as 4 camera systems, so you can see inside the hoppers, over the back of the machine and under the metering. If we come down to the bottom here, we've also got pre-emergence markers fitted on this machine, which is another option. On all of our machines, we've got a ladder assembly or a step assembly with a platform with a good handrail and chains on the other end for safety. Gives great access to the hopper, and you can see directly into where the stone guards are fitted right at the top.